This is Ken Klippenstein. He's a really solid journalist who regularly gets into good trouble for his coverage of US politics. Recently, he got a visit from the FBI, and it's not his first because he published the manifesto of the alleged shooter of 2 Israeli embassy employees. Now, I'm not bringing this up because of the FBI visit, because on one hand, it is concerning that the FBI would interrogate journalists for what they publish, but on the other hand, it's not unusual for law enforcement to investigate whether people had advanced knowledge of a crime like this and didn't reach out to authorities. So I'm gonna leave that whole thing aside. The reason I'm bringing this up is because Kyle Kulinski, who's a big political commentator who goes by Secular Talk on YouTube, said this about publishing the manifesto.
The reason Ken Klippenstein released this is because he's a journalist. The reason why every media outlet in America should release it is because they're supposed to be journalists. They're supposed to be reporters. They're supposed to be in the news and information business.
And it's more complicated than that.
This is old school, basic ass journalism. We have information. It's for the public good. We're going to release it.
So it's actually really dicey territory, ethically speaking, to publish these types of manifestos. The standard is it in the public interest to have this information? Meaning not is the public interested, but is it actually good for the public? Take, for example, a racist mass shooters manifesto. There's two really big problems with publishing that. Number one, the manifesto might inspire people to join similar movements and commit similar acts. And number two, even if the manifesto itself isn't an inspiration, the fact that it gets published creates an incentive for other mass shooters to get famous and have their face and name and manifesto plastered all over the news. And that's why many news organizations have adopted the policy of never naming mass shooters or publishing their manifestos. That being said, knowing the motivations of people who commit such acts is sometimes really important and legitimately in the public interest. But again, it's ethically dicey, requires real consideration of the pros and cons, which Klippenstein did and discussed it in his article. But whether you support his decision or not, and full disclosure, in this case, I do think it was the correct decision, it's definitely not as simple as how Kyle put it. Anyway, follow for more.